Howdy folks, how you going? Hope everyone's well. Welcome in. And good to see you all. Let us know if you can see us and hear us. Howdy Teresa, how are you?
Hey Rob, hey everybody. Some of you haven't seen me before, so welcome to our little place.
Yeah, absolutely. So Teresa is one of the owners of Goomburra Valley Campground and is helping us immensely with the camp out event. Obviously that's where we're going, and you would have all seen the clips on the campground from a number of us, and the place looks absolutely fantastic. Let us know you can see us and hear us, and then we'll get stuck in. We'll say hello to a few people. Give us a big thumbs up, and then we'll get into it, because we don't know if it works. My internet's playing up again, folks, and we'll see how we go. So let us know if you can hear us and see us.
If Rob drops out and I'm still going, I'll do the song and dance for everybody until he comes back.
That's right. Oh dear. All good, Rob, except for your rough head. Yeah, that's good enough for me, Buck. All systems go. Good stuff. Howdy, everyone. Welcome. Good to see you all here. It's an exciting one, this one. We've got a very special guest, obviously, and we've got some special things to talk about, and things have been happening, which is really, really cool. But yeah, you'll see Teresa here up on the screen. Teresa from Goomburra Valley Campground, who we've all talked so much about over recent months, and thought it was about time we introduced everyone to you, Teresa, and you to everybody else, and say g'day. And so yeah, thank you first of all. Thank you for letting us hold our event at your campground. We really appreciate that. We think it's the perfect spot.
Oh, we're really looking forward to it. Simply, one, it's a great event to have here, but also just being in touch with you guys, reading comments, being in touch with people. It's going to be a great group. It's going to be a really relaxed, fun group of campers who know what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of rough heads, there's a couple of rough heads that'll be at the camp, but they're all decent guys and girls. So no, it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Good to see you all in here, and we're gonna talk a little bit about what's been happening out at the campground. You may or may not have seen a clip we put up last night for some new facilities out at Goomburra Valley Campground, and they are absolutely fantastic, by the way, Teresa. They are. I was blown away when I walked in there, and the finishing touches and everything.
Okay, you know.
Yeah. So there's Brad and Teresa. Obviously, we've got Teresa tonight, and Brad's making sure the campground is all under control out there with all the campers, which is very, very good. And so Teresa's lovely enough to join us tonight. So thank you for your time. But
Nikki, I think I'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, Nikki, I've already told her to keep an eye out for you, and we'll be putting you in a naughty corner, that's for sure, Nikki. No, it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun, and I'm so glad and excited to introduce you all to Teresa, and when we get out there, Brad eventually as well. They're both two fantastic humans and very like-minded, like all of us folks, and I just know we're all going to have a fantastic time out there. But who we got in here? We got Carl Riley. G'day, mate. Soar Adventures is on. Steve. G'day, Steve, Annie, and Winnie. Howdy. Hein is on. Good to see you. So, Teresa, we've got a lot of people booked in, currently logged in at the moment. Anthony, Rochi, they're all coming along. Lukey Reed. Yeah, and obviously that Mr. Buck, that dodgy bloke up there in North Queensland, he's coming along. Nudie runs allowed at Goomburra. First question of the night. Bob Asser is coming. So Bob, Teresa, for a bit of backstory, is notorious.
I want to say, Mr. Buccarini, if it's a full moon, absolutely not. We'll see how we go.
There'll be 2 full moons running around. Don't worry about
that.
Yeah,
no more.
We'll have to put some sunnies on if Bob Asser runs past with the full moon going on. That's classic. He is notorious, I got to say. Actually, that's a good point, Bucky. I'm sure at some point something's going to go down. But anyway, it's all good fun. It's all good fun.
Newy Joe, we don't have a mullet campsite. Are you sure you booked in at the right place?
Oh no, Newy, you've got me.
What's your surname, and I'll find your booking.
What's the mullet camp? Yeah, that's a new one. We'll go through that as well. There's new sections, folks, and Teresa's now got like sort of a map showing the layout. So if you've got a campsite and you don't know, you see the name, but we haven't talked about it in the video, we're going to show you the map tonight and show you where you're going to be and all that sort of stuff. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up very, very soon. Ed's in. Howdy, Ed. Good to see you. And thank you again, Ed, for your continuing contributions to the charity kitty, the fundraising kitty. It's absolutely fantastic, Ed. Like I've gone on before, it's very noble what you're doing there, mate, and greatly appreciated. He's not the issue; it's the ones that egg him on. Yeah, that's true. Doesn't take much for Bob to get 2 or 3 people behind him, and he's in the nud.
Oh, sorry, Newy Joe. I didn't actually pick up on it. Obviously, I'm drinking water, not wine. But give me another half an hour, and I'll see if I can catch on.
Yeah, that's right. You got me too, Newy. That's because I haven't cracked my drink yet. Hang on a second. We'll crack this open. Got the old ginger beer tonight in the Legends for Charity stubby cooler, and we'll go through all that a little bit later on as well. But, get your merchandise, folks. It's all up, and we're going to talk about merchandise as well. Teresa's got merch from the campground as well, so we'll get into that very, very soon. But great to see everyone. And Phil's in. Phil's camping reviews. Good to see you, mate. And so what we wanted to do was introduce everyone to Teresa, of course, and let you guys put a face to the name, so to speak. So, like I said, we're stoked to be going out to Goomburra. It's going to be a fantastic time, and the campground, as you've all seen, is just stunning. The work you guys have done out there is just amazing. But you would have seen in the thumbnail, folks, that had a little paper boy up on the thumbnail with the big megaphone. Legends for Charity have made it into the print, into the press. A Courier Mail subsidiary, I guess is what you'd call it, Teresa. I guess a branch of the Courier Mail, I suppose. Yes. Warwick Daily News, I think, is what they're called. Let me just pop this up on here. Hopefully this goes up. Yeah. So Warwick Daily News, Jessica Klein, who I don't know, and I don't think you know Teresa. Jessica?
No,
personally?
I didn't know until she gave me a call either.
Yeah, that's right. So we basically got this phone call out of the blue, essentially, from Warwick Daily News, which was absolutely, mind-blowing. So the word is out clearly in Warwick and the Southern Downs region that this event is happening, which is absolutely fantastic. And basically, Teresa and I got quizzed over the phone about the event, about the campground, what's been happening at the campground, what the event's about, who's involved, all that sort of stuff. And basically, they popped up a article about it all in the local. I don't want to call it the local rag. That's a bit derogatory, I suppose. But the local paper out there, and mainly on the online platform. And it's had quite a few hits. It's been up for about 4 days, I think, Teresa. I think.
I think about 4 days ago.
Yeah.
I had to go on Bigfoot. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. You're fine. With the Courier Mail, they have the paywall. So a lot of you probably know if you click on the Courier Mail article, if say you get in your Facebook feed or something, you read the first paragraph and it cuts you off. So I saw this come through and I thought, no, I've got to pay. So I've paid the subscription to check it out. But I know a lot of you out there don't have the Courier Mail subscription. So hopefully I'm not breaking too many laws here. But I'm going to show you all the article. I've chopped it up into sort of slide form so you can read it. And I've taken the ads out and all that sort of stuff. So thank you, Jessica. I don't know whether you're coming to the event. I don't even know. You could be online. I have no idea. But thank you so much. And Teresa, I'm sure you're very grateful as well for the shout out that Jessica's given us.
Absolutely. The more we can get out through different various forms of media, whether it be social media with YouTube, but newspapers, a lot of people don't do YouTube or whatever, especially older people, but they do newspapers. So in all the different formats, we can get the name out there and the word out there. It's just going to make it better and better and better.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're blown away. Teresa and Brad were both blown away as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it back up. We'll have a look at it. Hopefully this works. I'll read it out. That way we can all go along at the same pace and see. So Jessica called us out of the blue. She's obviously seen the email, seen the website, all that sort of stuff, grabbed bits and pieces of information. So unfortunately, they didn't sort of check it with us before they put it up. So there's a couple of minor errors in there, but the overall story is spot on about what we're up to. And I'll explain the errors for those of you just to stop any confusion or anything like that moving forward. So here we go. Oh, I can't actually read that. It's too small. Hang on. Let me go. Can I go full screen here? Let's try that. There we go. So there's the headline there. Goomburra Valley to host charity camping event in 2024. Obviously ours at Goomburra. Inspired as a means to bring like-minded people together for a cracking good time, as well as raise money for a good cause, the Legends for Charity will host its second event at the picturesque Goomburra Valley Campground next year. Picturesque is an absolute understatement, but we'll keep going. Very, very nice words there. So that was the title. That's the opener, and they've got a shot there of a gentleman in front of one of the helicopters there. And this is the start of the article, essentially. Small communities can often become isolated without the combined support of local and other organisations rallying to bring events together. Hosts of the 2024 Legends for Charity event, Goomburra Valley Campground's Teresa and Brad Badgery understand the importance of bringing small communities together. Originally from Wallumbilla, east of Roma in Western Queensland, the Badgeries know firsthand what living in small rural community is like. This is Brad and Theresa, in case you haven't worked that out. And it's really important to have these events in small communities because it brings everyone together, she said. It can be really isolating and lonely for people in those smaller communities, and it's a good feeling to be able to, I can't read it because I've got a little thing that covers my thing, bring each other together, I think is what it says, something along those lines. So so as you can see there, they've grabbed bits of what Teresa said, and it's all spot on. It's all absolutely spot on. Let me bring it back for us, and I'll go full screen again. How did I do that? I think I did that. Yeah, there we go. Next page. The Legends for Charity event is organised by a group of camping gurus. I was pretty impressed with that. I don't mind being called a guru, who bonded through their YouTube channels and came together for their first official event held last year in Hervey Bay. Now, you'll see here there's a little bit of a discrepancy. We'll get into it. YouTube camping guru, the Wanderer Oz, Rob Jamison, and his fellow comrades were inspired by their good friend Buck. So, g'day, Buck. You got a shout out, mate. You're in the paper. How good's that? Who held similar events with the sole purpose of bringing people who share a mutual love of camping and common interest in helping others together to raise money for local charities. Mr. Jamison said Goomburra Valley was one of his favourite camping spots to visit and had now racked up 7 visits within the past year and another visit in the works before the end of the year. I don't know if it's 7. I know it's a few, but it's probably creeping towards 7. It's just got everything. What's that, sorry?
I was just going to say, we're not counting.
We're not counting. Yeah, I absolutely love it out there. That's spot on. It is my favourite spot. It's just got everything, and I can't read it again. It's a beautiful spot, he said. Moving on. They threw in a little picture there. I can't read the bottom of that. Hang on, how do I...
I'll read it out. The 5 other brains behind the charity event include camping enthusiasts, Robert Richmond, Australian Camping and Four-Wheel Drive, Stephen and Annie Fuller, SA Saw Adventures, Philip Damiano, Phil's Camping Reviews, and Terry G, Master of All Trades. That's it. So, yeah, so you can see there, folks, they've given us all a shout out. They've sort of hinted that we ran the event last year, but obviously we know Buck ran that one. It was fantastic as well. So a little bit of a miscommunication there, but that's all right. We'll move on. Again, nothing crazy. It's all good. Let me, yep, there we go. A number of local businesses will also be involved in the weekend events filled with raffles, stalls, and other entertainment. The event has already attracted lots of interest with only 2 spots remaining at the campground. I'm just in awe of the Legends for Charity group and how they got together to support these charities, Teresa mentioned. We've had people calling in from overseas to make sure there's a spot for them, so far we've got around 12 to 13 stall holders coming. I don't know if there's anyone coming from overseas. I don't know about that, Teresa. Is there? I feel that I got an email from somebody who was travelling overseas who booked in, but they emailed me. They emailed me from overseas to make sure I booked a site for them while they were travelling. So they're not coming from overseas next year to get here. They're going to be back in Australia, but they were overseas when they made the booking.
Right, I think we know who that might be. I'm going to presume that's the Howes, but we won't throw any more assumptions out. But yeah, I presume that's who that was because I think we launched it and they were in America, I think, at the time.
Yeah, somebody was out over somewhere.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. We'll move on. Southern Downs Arc and RACQ Lifelight Toowoomba have been selected by the Badgeries as the nominated charities who will see a split of the money raised from next year's event. So obviously there's a little typo there. It's sort of 50-50, right? I mean, RACQ Lifelight, and we'll get into this a little bit later, the Goomburra Valley Campground and Teresa and Brad heavily help out those guys almost weekly, I think, with raffles and things like that. yeah, and we'll get into that very, very shortly. And obviously, we came together, myself, Rob, and the gang, if you want to call us that, and got in touch with Southern Downs Arc. But still, they got to mention it. Doesn't. I'm not. I think it's fine what they've written there. I mean, who cares essentially who found them, as long as we're supporting them, as far as I'm concerned. And then next one here, we'll bring it back up. Oh, I can't read the top. Sorry, Teresa. Are you able to?
Something near and dear to the Badgerys' heart, who've been holding weekly raffles for the past 2.5 years to raise money for Toowoomba Life Flight, managing to raise an impressive $23,000, and are working towards having a helicopter pad built on the campground for Life Flight to land with ease when responding to nearby incidents. Goomburra Valley Campground is still taking bookings for next year's event with very limited spots available. Don't miss your chance to be a part. There should be a comma in there, but never mind. Don't miss your chance to be a part of a life-changing event. For future updates, yada, yada.
Yeah. How good is that? Again, the 23,000, if we could hit 20, I'll be stoked. 23 would be fantastic, of course.
No, so
it's a 50-50 split.
Rob, you've made that 23,000 is what we've raised in the last 2.5 years with our meat tray raffles.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah, we just clicked over 23,000.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So I've read that wrong. That's amazing. Well done, by the way. 23 grand, holy dooly. If we can get anywhere near close to that with our fundraising, folks, that'd be incredible, absolutely incredible. So yeah, that was us in the paper. How good! And neither of us expected it. Both of myself and Teresa thought the other person organised the whole thing. So Teresa messaged me and said, "Rob, did you get in touch with these people?" I said, "No, did you?" And she was like, "No." And so we don't know where it's come from. Obviously, word of mouth is getting around. How good is it? So yeah, thank you for Teresa as well for taking the call, I guess, and still making it happen. So yeah.
I actually missed one call and I had to call her back.
Yeah, actually, so did I. I was at work, and played a bit of phone tag with her as well. So yeah, thank you, Jessica. I don't know if you're watching. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but thanks for the shout out. Absolutely fantastic. In the Courier Mail, it's behind a paywall though, but I know a lot of people do read the Courier Mail, and out that way, Warwick and that sort of stuff. I'm sure that the community out there probably does read it, and they probably subscribe and all the rest of it to it out there. It's such one of those local papers, but under the Courier Mail badge, I know that people who are subscribed to it can see it from anywhere. They don't have to live in Warwick. So hopefully I didn't break too many laws there by showing you all that. But I just had to. I mean, I saw it come up. We took the phone calls. I had to share it with everybody. There's no way I couldn't let everybody know that. Who we got in? Naz is in. Graham's in. We'll do a bit of a hello to everyone. Lukey Reed, howdy mate. Rochi's still carrying on. Thanks, Teresa. It'll be a great time next August. Yeah, I think so, Dean. It's going to be a ripper. Phil's got Naz's patches. I've got an envelope here that I haven't opened, and I think it's from Naz. I think it's from Naz. So we might open that towards the end. I don't know what's in there, but I think it's from Naz. Anyway, sorry to get sidetracked there. Folks, we want to talk more about Goomburra Valley Campground. We know you guys will probably have a couple of questions as well about the campsite, cans, can't do's, all that sort of stuff. So hopefully we can answer some of that tonight. Ask questions in the chat as we go. We're going to do a little bit of a Q&A with Teresa. It's not an inquisition or anything like that, but we know that you guys probably have some questions you want answers to. So we'll get straight in. First up, Teresa, obviously it's yourself and Brad. How did you come to be the owners of Goomburra Valley Campground? How long ago was that sort of thing? What's the backstory?
Brad and I brought our kids up at Wallumbilla near Roma, so we were there for 21 years, and we always thought we'd do this at 60. I'm a teacher and Brad's a builder, and 5 years ago the kids had left. They'd all got married, were having grandkids and weren't coming out to visit anymore, so we thought, right, you little bastards, we'll come closer to you. So we moved in. So then we just started looking. We found this one online, came and looked at it and loved it. It ticked the boxes. We tried to be grown-ups and not by impulse. So then we went around and checked out another 8 campgrounds, and this one just took our heart. Wow. So here we are 5 years later.
That's incredible.
So brand new. It's never done it before.
Yeah. And 8 other campsites, and this one still took it out. Yeah, and I can see why. Myself and Rob from Australian Camping Full Drives, we've both been out, and we both fell in love straight away. The place is fantastic. So yeah, actually, I'm not surprised, to be honest. I'm not surprised. Now, obviously, it's a small town, small region out there where we are. So Goomburra Valley Campground isn't quite in Warwick, folks. It's closer to a little town called Allara. Did I say that right? I've been trying.
Yeah, good job.
It's not Alora, it's Allara. Allara. And I think I might even be saying Goomburra wrong. Am I saying Goomburra wrong?
It's either, we said Goomburra to begin with, but apparently it's either Goomburra or Goomburra. We say Goomburra because it just rolls off the tongue easier, but we'll take it.
Goomburra, righto. I think in every video I've said Goomburra, so apologies. I'm sure everybody does. I'm sure that's just, you say it how you read it type thing.
Mackay,
so
it doesn't matter.
Exactly right. Yeah, so obviously it's a small town out there at Allara, and we've got a lot of people on board, companies on board from out that way. But you have a bit of a special relationship, you guys, there with the Allara Butcher, which is sponsoring our event as well and supporting us, the Legends for Charity. But do you want to talk about how that works and what the combination does and helps out?
Allara, the Allara Butcher, Aaron, he used to be a butcher in Toowoomba, and then he came out to Allara, I think it was only a few months before we did, and a lot of his staff came with him. And followers came with him, and we're always been big on supporting local if you can. So we started buying from Allara and from Aaron, and realised he has the best meat we've ever tasted. And like we had cattle, we had the on-site butcher. I'm telling you, Aaron's got the best meat we've ever tasted. So we just started doing our normal buying for Brad and I. When we first took over the campground, every long weekend we were doing gold coin sausage sizzles for Life Flight is how we first started fundraising. But so we get 300 sausages from Aaron. That wasn't working well for us, but everyone started to learn about his meat. And then after 2 years, when we decided to start doing the meat trays, we just said to Aaron, we're happy to buy a $30 meat tray from you every week, and we'll raffle it off and we'll advertise you as well. And so Aaron, of course, makes sure that it's a very, very full $30 meat tray. Like there will be steak and chops and sausages and rissoles. I've seen marinated chicken pieces. He changes it up every week for us so that it's always different, and bacon, and he does a really, really good job. So he knows that we do that, and he helps out to make sure it's a really good meat tray.
And I can vouch and guarantee you folks, it really is. The first or second time I camped out there, I actually won the meat tray.
Won it.
In the wasn't rigged, I promise.
Before we knew who you were.
That's right. And myself and my friends who I was out there with absolutely smashed it. And I don't think there was anything left on that meat tray after that night. It was so good. And Rob from Australian Camping 4-Wheel Drives, when we went out there, took him out there for the first time, he won it. So odds are good. You might win one, folks. We might try and do it. We'll do a couple of meat trays, I think. We'll get in touch with Aaron and we'll do some meat trays as well. Because I'm telling you, folks, the meat, a lot of you out there would know that I really rate the Tyro Butcher as well, heading up towards Gympie Way. And and I'd put that on par. They're two of the best butchers. And but what really made it for me with Aaron was who he is, his personality as a person. Obviously, I didn't know him until, I guess I won the meat tray. and then Teresa was telling me all about him and everything. He's in the local town. You'll all see it when we go into the town. And what a lovely bloke. Just down to earth, happy to have a chat. Even if he's flat out, he'll stop and give you 5 minutes. He's, absolute legend. And he's helping us out with meat and all this sort of other stuff, the cold room, refrigeration on his ute and all that sort of stuff. So, absolute legend. We've got a couple of questions here in the chat. When was the last crocodile seen at the campsite?
Yeah, look, we don't have crocs, but we do have platypus. So we have two platypus. At each end of the creek, we've got two platypus. On the western side, one of them was just a little puggle not so long ago. We also have water rats, also water dragons. For fishing, we have jewfish, like eel-tailed catfish. In 5 years, I've only ever seen one person actually eat it because they're pretty bony, but most people throw them back. We also have yabbies and shrimp. So happy for you to go fishing. The only restriction is you can't use yabby pots or crab pots because we've got an endangered species of frog. and they drown in the old-fashioned crab pots. And should fisheries find out anybody has killed one of these endangered frogs, they will shut us down. So we know that the newer pots are drown-proof or something, but at the end of the day, if you've got a pot in that creek, I don't know whether it's an old one or a new one or whatever. So we just say no to the crab pots. Bring out the old pieces of wool, bit of meat, take it down, do the old-fashioned yabby catching like that on the side of the bank, and have a net ready to catch them up.
Yeah, absolutely. And are there drop bears?
We do have, it's funny you should say that, Ed. We do have a sign about drop bears. And that's because, yeah, I know, right? We have 2 lots of bandicoots here. So one is a short-nosed bandicoot that looks like a big rat, and one's got pointy ears and a long nose that looks like a bilby. And we didn't realise, but people thought we had rats here when they were seeing the bandicoots. And I went, oh, my God. So we did some signs up and we said at night time we've got possums, we've got this type of bandicoot, we've got that type of bandicoot. And, of course, I put out the warning that we may have drop bears as well, just so watch out for them.
I like it. And, yes, I've seen the bandicoots at night and they run around. They're full on. They got no fear. And the possums out there, all the wildlife, it's super friendly. Wait till you see the birds. The birds in the morning. Those of you with awnings on your caravans, heck, if you've got a car, they'll be all over your car. These gorgeous, what are they? Like,
they're the king parrots mostly. The red ones are the boys, green ones are the girls. So far to date, we have a special, if you go to our website and look at the gallery, there's a special bloke called Peter Koopman. He's a really avid bird watcher. He travels around every week and takes photographs. He published a book that he photographed here 2 years ago of 57 birds. We're now up to 76. So he's photographed 76 types of birds that are here at our campground while we've been here. They're amazing.
That is incredible. Oh my goodness! Wow. Yeah, that is, and you'll see them. They'll overtake your camp. They're absolutely super friendly. They just want a little bit of a nibble of some food. But yeah, absolutely fantastic, and they're so gorgeous, so gorgeous. Excuse me.
I just want to answer if I can. Dave's question. It's funny you describe it as camping. Okay, so we have a few campgrounds in this valley. One is a 4-wheel drive camp that does have camping. One is a campground that has a bit of 4-wheel driving. They're our neighbours. We're more the old farts and families. So other than exclusive weekends, which is one this weekend, and obviously for you guys, we're the quiet camp. We don't have 4-wheel driving. We don't allow generators. We want people to have a nice, relaxing time. We normally have a noise curfew at 10 o'clock. So we're not the noisy camp unless we have the chance to party, and that's when we do exclusive bookings. Like I said, we've got one coming up this weekend that we're catering for 80 people, and you guys, this is obviously an exclusive booking. We don't have noise curfews or quiet times or things like that. So officially, Dave, we say we're for older folks and families, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge, old farts.
I wouldn't go so far as to say old farts, but the vibe and the type of people you get is fantastic. They're just like us. If you went out there tonight, I know you got a booking in there, but if you went out there tonight, you'd find people just like us. You'd be able to go out to them, have a yarn, carry on, have a joke with them, all that sort of thing, and you're not going to get yahoos and I don't want to pigeonhole them and say the young crowd. But you know what I mean, like the yahoos, the ones who are into driving their 4-wheel drives up rocks and all that. And good on them, whatever they want to do, that's fine. But that's not what Goomburra is all about. And that's why it's so picturesque and gorgeous, in my opinion. And that's why all the facilities are immaculate. Like, wait till you see them, guys. They're just fantastic. Brad and Teresa are doing a wicked job out there. And that's why I think that's part of the reason. Ed's asked a very important question. Are you still putting on free beer? There is conversations happening. I've been in touch with the railway, and we'll get into that. Might get into that a little bit later, but we're trying to work out something there, Ed. So stay tuned on that. Bandicoots out there are quick. You just see a white. They certainly are, and it's fascinating to watch them when they're running around your camp in the middle of the night. And the speed of them is just incredible. Chris Anderson is the oldest of farts. Well, we'll see. I hope you're not pointing at me. That's really good.
Or me.
Oh, Nikki, official old fart. Oh dear, that's classic. We'll move on. So, what's new at the campground now? A lot of you might have seen the clip we put up last night. It's only 2 minutes long, so we're going to roll it again for those of you who might not have seen it. And basically, the Goomburra now has a stack load more facilities for us. So I'll roll the clip and we'll come back and have a bit of a chat about it. They're absolutely stunning. Let's just make sure I play the right thing here. All right, let's do this. Check it out. Absolutely fantastic weather once again. Those of you who are camping on top of the hill here, so we've got the main camp area down there, which is all booked out, but obviously a lot of you are going to be camping up in this region as well. There's been a bit of an update, folks. For those of you camping up in this area, check this out. Toilets, showers, four toilets and showers, plus an extra 2 toilets. Have a go at this thing. Brad, Teresa and the gang out here at Goomburra have knocked this together. All council approved. It's got a wheelie ramp as well. This is absolutely fantastic, guys. It looks amazing. Let's go check it out. Now, folks, the work Brad and Teresa have put in here over the last 6 months or so is just phenomenal. Check out these amazing facilities now open at Goomburra Valley Campground. They have spared absolutely no expense on getting the details right with these unisex toilets and showers. And the end result, as you can see, is just incredible. The showers are hot and the water pressurised, and whilst not timed, do be considerate of the area and keep showers to a 3-minute minimum if possible. Remember folks, drought hits hard out in places like this, so always keep shower time and water usage to a minimum. The toilets and basin areas are very spacious, and the finishing details make you feel like you're in a 5-star resort. Hats off to the crew at Goomburra. There are 4 shower and toilet combos spread evenly across the building, all access from the front veranda, and 2 toilets at the far end in case all the facilities are in use. Also at the far end of the building, there is a dual sink and wash basin. The toilets at the end even have their own hand wash basin, folks. The planning and thoughtfulness that has gone into this toilet and shower block shows with the finishing details, and these fantastic old wagon wheels complementing the front of the building. They look stunning. Campers up here in the high country really will be spoilt when it comes to shower time. Alrighty folks, there you have it. Brand new toilets and showers here at Goomburra Valley Campground. How good are they? Brad and Teresa have done an absolutely fantastic job on these. You'll have to agree. So those of you camping up on the hill for the Legends for Charity campout event, no stress about toilets, no stress about showers. These guys have got you covered. Well done, Teresa. Well done, Brad. Well done to the entire gang out here at Goomburra Valley Campground. These look absolutely fantastic. Ready and raring to go for you guys in August 2024 Legends for Charity event. Stay tuned for more updates, folks. And we'll see you all very, very soon. You! Got to stop doing that. Looks like, well, before we get it, there's a few other comments there. Chris Anderson, I can't find the email with my camping site details. I'll leave that with Teresa, obviously. I'm sure that it's probably there somewhere.
Can I just ask, is Chris Christina? Or is Chris a bloke?
I think it's a bloke.
Bloke?
That should be 3 minutes maximum. Yeah, I buggered that up, didn't I, Nikki? When I did that voiceover for the clip, I won't lie, it was about 2:45 in the morning, and I just had a big day at work. And I think I also said in there they haven't spared an expense, which makes it sound like they haven't spent any money on it. But obviously, I'm like, no expense spared is what I meant. Yeah. So anyway.
Chris Anderson, if you can email me after this, I'll check in it for you. But I just wanted to answer. Where are you? Okay, so Rochi, we ask that you don't. We've got 3 camping areas, and all 3 areas have showers and toilets. Now, the high country there, that's completely unpowered. So all of those showers and toilets we've configured to run on solar and battery, etc., etc., etc. So the people who are so we've got enough up there for the people who are camping up there. Don't panic. Down in our main campground, we have heaps of showers and toilets down there, and then across the ditch we've got other showers and toilets for there. So for whatever area you're in, we ask that you use those showers and toilets, not to put pressure on other ones.
Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that in the clip. Yeah, they're solar powered, so they obviously heat you up, but there's only a limit once the solar generation, I guess, runs out. Then that's it really. So until they charge up again. So, but they're absolutely stunning. As Nikki says, they look lovely, and Chris says, look, they look awesome. I think there was a yay there from Dave. Absolutely yay. They are phenomenal. You guys have done such a good job on them. The facilities look amazing. Well done. Absolutely, Anthony. And wait till you see them in person. The benches and the countertops and all that just look phenomenal. Thanks, Teresa. I'm up there in a couple of weeks. I'll pop in. There you go. Dave's going to come in and say g'day.
That'd be great. Thanks, Dave.
If you could spare a night there, Dave, you should duck in and stay the night. Obviously, check first. They might be booked out. But if you've got a spare night as you're passing through, it's definitely worth a overnighter at least. But yeah, Teresa's right. There's campgrounds. There's showers and everything down on the bottom main section, if you want to call it that. Six
toilets and 4 showers.
6 toilets, 4 showers. So similar to the Harvey Bay one, I think there was four main showers or 6, something like that. And I think only ever there was a line of maybe 2 people, 3 people like that waiting for a shower. I know I walked up. I think it was only on the 3rd morning. I think I had to wait for one other person to have a shower, and it was fine. But not everybody showers at the same time, so I don't think I'm not concerned about it. Put it that way.
Nikki, the existing ones are not as pretty, but they do have the pretty new shower curtains. So,
yeah. I still think they're great. Pretty, probably not as pretty, but geez, they work. They're functional. Yeah. They look great. The corrugated iron look and all, they look fantastic. I can't wait for everyone to get out there. Dead set. It's such a beautiful campground. We're all out camping, so we all smell the same anyway. Exactly right. We're just one big blend of yuck. Anyway, do you have any bags of ice available? That's a good question, Ed. That's a good question.
Yeah. So what we do sell, guys, is we this brings us onto wood. So we get split hardwood brought to us, and we bag it up. So I want to start on this one. We sell 20 kilo bags of split hardwood for $14, bundles of pine kindling for $2, bags of ice for $5, and then can you see this super huge shop that I have behind me?
Oh, hang on a second. Let me see
if I can. I really only have a couple of shelves. We don't have big shopping facilities, but I do have. We sell wood kindling ice. With the wood, we don't care if you bring your own wood because we're campers. We used to have our own wood from out west. I do suggest, but just be careful. If you buy off the road, be careful what you buy. We see a lot of wood being sold that's $10 for 10 kilos, $15 for 15. A lot of it is our gum trees, and it's not good quality wood. It smokes, it's gummy, it's not good. And it's more expensive, which I don't understand, but that's fine. We're happy if every one of you bring your own wood. We don't care. It doesn't worry us. I just get disappointed when I see people buy not good wood when there is good wood available. So, yes, we sell bags of ice for $5.
Yep. No,
and that's from a local ice trader from Clifton as well. So we try to keep as much local as we can.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, great question, Ed. That's a good one. I'm pretty sure we're booked for the high country, says Nikki. I'm pretty sure that's right, which makes me even happier that those showers and toilets have opened up for you there, Nikki. I know you're a little concerned about the walk down to the main area. I don't think you'll have any issues at all. The little, how would you explain it? The little hill. It's not rocky. What would you call it? Like a gravel road type thing.
Nikki, you're actually on Eagle in our main campground.
There you go. We'll show all them in a minute. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that, Nikki. You'll be you're in the main. Eagle's a great spot actually. Let me see. With new facilities. Oh yeah, so with the new facilities, Teresa, how many toilets and showers all up are there in the campground? Just curious to know that one.
So all up, let me add this up. So let me just do a T and an S. So in the main one, we've got 6 toilets, 4 showers. Then we've got 4 and 4. Then we've got another 2. Then we've got another 2 and 1. So all up, we've got 14 toilets and 9 showers.
That, guys, I know some of you, when we first booked and we were looking at locations, were worried about facilities and how much there's going to be and are we going to be lining up for days. Those numbers are phenomenal. So no, I think we'll be fine.
You won't need to worry, guys, because for the number of caravans we've got booked is almost exactly the same as what we have for every Easter. But with this group, we have 1/3 the fewer people. And that's because most of the time at Easter, each van has families, whereas this one, with you guys, it's 1 or 2 people. So there will be plenty of toilets and showers. You won't have any problems whatsoever.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm certainly not concerned for you folks, and it was a concern of mine and the rest of us organising this, making sure we got somewhere that could cater for everybody, and we think we've nailed it. I was going to move on to a few more questions here, but we'll go to the chat. Pretty sure we're booked for High Country. Is Kangaroo West next to all the entertainment? That's where we are camping. Kangaroo West, no. Hang on, I'll see if I can find that map.
Kangaroo West is in the middle circle, and it's sort of out from the toilets. So the toilets are more on the Kangaroo East side than West is on the one opposite that. So it's not in front of the entertainment. It's more out. It's in that middle circle out from the amenities.
Out from the amenities, yeah. I think I've got. Here we go. Give me just one moment here. Phil, you sell soft drinks. Is that something I can't remember actually, Teresa?
Yeah, we sell.
There you go.
At this stage, we sell Coke, lemon squash, lemonade. Probably for this event, if the need's there, we'll probably buy some diet stuff. We usually buy what we eat or drink, so that if you guys don't, we've got something. Brad and I don't eat.
That's right.
Don't drink the diet stuff, but if you need me to, I will buy some.
Yeah.
And of course, marshmallows.
Self-sufficient. Ah.
Yeah, you got to have marshmallows.
I totally agree, and something I usually forget as well. Ed, does anybody have a chance of getting some eggs from those chickens apart from you? I absolutely love that little chicken. Actually, let's talk about that now. Now, I'm going to skip over a few questions here, Teresa. The work that these guys have done out there, we've just spoken about the facilities, but let's get in and check out some of the other stuff, because I know a lot of you guys haven't been there. I know a couple have gone in and said good day to Teresa and all that sort of thing, but let's check this out. Have a go at this driveway. This is the main entrance, before and after. Have a go at it. This is the work. Brad and Teresa have done this themselves with help of other family members and employees. How good is that? How good is that? How long did that take?
With the driveway, we got a bit of an assistance through a flood grant with that one, because the water came off the main road, came down and lifted up our driveway. So we were able to get some assistance through a grant. And it was a company from Brisbane that had connections with our family as well. So that we were shut for 2 weeks with that. And that allowed every time we shut for 2 weeks to allow things to happen so that people weren't driving on it. So that was done late last year, that driveway.
Yeah. Of course, you've got to let the road settle, and even when you do minor works in a campsite itself, you've got to let it sort of regrow and recover, sort of thing, after a traumatic event. We all know wildlife and plants go through traumatic events too. They need time to recover. What else have we got here? We've got so hopefully you can all see that. This is the chook pen that Ed was talking about. Look at it before and after. Teresa, talk us through this. Have a go at this.
The owners before us didn't have chickens. They had sheep that they used to put in that pen at night, and they'd walk them through the campground and graze across the creek. So that whole area across the creek was all dug up from sheep, and that's where they used to be. So it was just atrocious. And while we were shut through COVID in 2020, both Brad and I, we were shut for 13 weeks. We both had to go off site and get other income, and one stay behind, one go. So when I was off teaching, Brad, this is one of my projects that we got him to do, was to dig it all up. And then we got it up and we built it and got it going for our chickens. We bought a few chicken houses. That little trailer in the background, that's our little herb garden. So we have herbs in there that you guys can help yourselves to. And we also now have 2 raised veggie gardens that we plant veggies. And if they're there and you want them, you're very welcome to help yourselves as well.
Oh, how good is that? I don't know. What veggies flower during...
I've just pulled out the leftover. We had lettuce, spring onion, snow peas, carrots. We made the mistake of planting the carrots too close to each other, so they weren't all that successful. So the chickens got the carrots. But yeah, like little kids just love coming off and pulling off the snow peas and eating those, and the lettuce and the spring onions were great for people for camping as well. We also 4 years ago we put in 6, I think we got 6 or 8 fruit trees up top near the amenities. And we got a local, one of our guests, that's his forte, so we got him in, and he told us what to buy, and we bought it, and yada, yada, yada. So this year's the first year that he let us have any fruit. So we just pulled the flowers off from the last 3 years. So this year we had trailer loads of lemons, limes, oranges, and mandarins that we could give away to guests as well. So that sort of stuff, if we can do it and it's there, we're happy for you to help yourselves as well.
That's brilliant, yeah. And so that's so successful too. A lot of people try and do that and it fails or everything dies or whatever. And that's going gangbusters. That's brilliant. There is one more set of photos I wanted to show. If it'll pop up. There we go. There he is, the man himself, swinging a pickaxe or something. Putting more fire pits in. Yeah,
so we decided when we bought this place, it wasn't thriving very much, so it was all haphazard. The sites were called Second Fire Pit Past the Log, and I just went, oh my God, I can't do that. So we started numbering them, and then we started naming them, and some of the fire pits were like that, were in there. And again, while we were shut for COVID and Brad was home, more jobs to stay busy, because again, this was our first year into it, our first Easter, and they shut us down. And they were telling us that we could be shut for 9 months, which would have bankrupted us. So we knew that we could get other income coming in from working off-site, but it's the mental health. So we made sure Brad kept going around, and he built fire pits. So every site has at least one of these fire pits on it. In the main campground. They're not like that up top yet, but in the main campground, every site has ones with the concrete. And what that's also entitles us to is if there's a fire ban here, we do have exemptions from the QFest because we offered those enclosed fire pits with a few extra rules to follow. But as far as I know, we're the only ones in the valley that can still have fires during fire bans.
That's incredible. I'm a bit sort of, it's great that you can do that. Me personally, I'm kind of, if there's a fire ban, no fire. As far as I'm concerned, even if it is allowed. But I know some people will still want to have one, and that's totally fine if it's safe and authorised and that sort of stuff. But I'm a bit of a stickler for that. There's nothing. There's things worse than fire. Well, is there? I don't know. But if there's a fire ban, I just don't have a fire. Simple as that.
We have over the years when there's been fire bans, there have been times that Brad and I have decided that it's too risky, and we've said no anyway. One of the rules is that any wood must be within the confinement of that fire pit. So there can be no wood sticking out. And we ask for that anyway, just as a matter of safety. But so the three things that we have to have is it must be within the realms of the rims. You must have a bucket of water sitting there at all times, and you cannot leave it unattended. So, and we're very strict. If we're in a fire ban and that's going, we've got to feel that it's safe enough, and we're very strict. And if somebody breaks, if I see a stick sticking out or somebody hasn't got their bucket or whatever, that's it. It's gone. It's out, and not to be started again.
Absolutely, yeah. There is times where you have to crack the whip. We're all out there to have a good time, but you got to play by the rules at the same time.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. What's going on here? Yeah, sorry.
Do you want me to keep going down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we at?
So for us, Rochi, can caravans and tents be together? Yeah. When this was built 25 years ago by, believe it or not, a Sparky, he put powered and non-powered sites together, and they're all over the shop as into different sites. So because powered and unpowered are all mixed together, we don't charge for power. It's per person per night. If you're unpowered, then you have access to power points all over the place that you can hook into as well. Therefore, because we have sites that we allocate for you, I wouldn't care if you rocked up on a push bike with a sleep bag. sleeping bag on your back, you get the same single site that a caravan would get. It's your site, what you bring in onto it. So for us, a single site is at least 8.2 metres wide, which is wider than a double car shed. It's big enough for a large caravan awning vehicle. Then, again, in his wisdom, and we shall call him Dean because that is his name, who built this place, and he's still on speed dial for us. So he's still a local Sparky, so he's still in our lives.
Cool.
He's built some campsites really, really big, and the best way that we could explain it was they're expandable, and they go to different sizes. So, for example, I'm thinking of the unpowered on the right-hand side. Magpie is expandable for 2 to 3 caravans. Eagle is expandable for 6 caravans. Kookaburra is expandable for 3 to 5 caravans. So that's why when we brought in the online booking system, you request to book, we see what you're bringing, and we can let you know if we've got a better option for you than what it is, because it's not the caravan park with the slabs of concrete. It gives you the option to add and get bigger or smaller. So when it comes to the sites on the high country and across the ditch, those sites are super huge. So those sites up there can range from 3 to 7 vans on them. So
Oh, Teresa, are you there? Hang on. Teresa might have dropped out, or I've dropped out.
Well, it looks like I've dropped out too, but
there you are. Hang on.
You're back.
Hang on. I'll bring you back. Hang on.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Beautiful. So when we have these expandable sites, this is how we're able to get more than just one person on these sites.
Absolutely. What I was about to do,
so if someone
Teresa,
takes one of those bell tents with a Winterwell oven inside, I don't know what a bell tent with a Winterwell oven is. What is that?
So hang on. Who's asked that? Is that Phil? That's got to be Phil. It is.
Phil, I'll be bugging Phil. I don't know.
Phil's got this contraption called a Winterwell oven, and I haven't seen it personally, but it's quite the kit, and you'll fit that, Phil. You'll be fine, mate. If you can get it there, you'll fit it.
We really don't care what you bring. The only criteria for us is that it does not burn our grass. Because when you get here, you'll see we've got really good, nice green grass. And the only way we can do that is to stop people burning it every week with a different site with a fire pit. So if you want to bring your own fire pits, the thing is it cannot burn our grass. And usually when people will say, like we've been here 5 years now, it won't burn the grass, it won't burn the grass, it's high enough, there'll be no heat. And we'll say, do you want to throw your mobile phone underneath it? And we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
So, those Oz pigs, they're up, they don't burn. But that, because once you go, after you guys have been here for 4 to 8 nights, whatever, once you walk, if you've burnt our grass, that means that it could be months before we grow that back again. And if we've got 80 different people camping here and we have 80 different burned sites, that's a lot of damage for us to fix for a long time.
That's exactly right. So in some campgrounds you go to, campsites, whether they're free camps, whatever they might be, you'll see the ash pits just on the ground. And they could be from months and months and months ago, and you never want to pull up and put your swag over that, do you? So it's all about respect. And the campfires that you guys have there, the fire pits, they're phenomenal. They're everywhere. You're not going to be short of a fire pit, let me tell you.
You're not.
I think Ed's... I was going to actually, before we move on, Ed, we'll answer your question in just a second, but also talking about the grass, Teresa. I know we're jumping around here a little bit.
That's all good.
Matting. Let's talk matting just while we're on the topic of grass. Now, folks, I did want to bring this up because we're there for a little bit of an extended period. Some folks are coming in for 3 nights, 4 nights. Some are coming in for 8. Some are there for a week and a half, whatever it might be. Obviously, you're going to be in the one spot over the grass at the same time. Now, Teresa and Brad have learnt when this happens how to manage their grass. So, Teresa, if you want to talk about some of this, maybe this is obviously these are obviously really bad case scenarios. What you're seeing here.
So this was a couple of years ago. The picture on the right, that's our turtle site. So it's a double site. We have Turtle East, Turtle West. It's on the creek, one of our most popular sites, and we had guests who put down their recycled mats. So the recycled mats are being publicised as being great for the environment, etc., etc. So the photo on the right, that actually shut down that double site for 3 months. It took us to regenerate that whole double site a 3-month period, because where we live, the grass only grows for 3 months a year, and then it's dormant for the other 9 months within the year. So once damage is done, we've then got to wait till it's we're fertilizing and seeding and all that sort of stuff. So on the right-hand side, that's the damage that was done from a weekend of those mats. On the left-hand side, that's the damage that was done by recycled mat over a 24-hour period. And the reason that it does
24 hours.
24-hour period, and the reason it does the damage, and so anything that doesn't, so shade cloth or mats with holes are great because it lets the heat out from underneath the grass and it gets out. Mm-hmm. Now we're finding that the recycled mats are just as bad as what tarps are, fake grass, anything that's got a solid bottom. Not so much the tent, but where you put it outside your tent, you put your fridge down on it, you put your tables, your chairs, the dog, and that's where you're sitting and walking all the time. You're pushing it down onto the grass and there's just not enough air for the heat to get out, and it is physically burning our grass underneath. Yeah. When I did this post with the recycled mats, we were criticised and attacked by some people who we think sell the mats. I'm more disappointed because there's such a great idea that they use recycled materials. They are fantastic for the beach because they stop the sand coming up. Why don't the manufacturers make a second type that has little square holes in it that allows the heat to come up and allows it for really good on the grass? And I don't understand why they don't do it. These are just the examples that we've found in our campground. I don't know if our campground is different to others, but for us, that's what we found 2 years ago.
Yeah, right. Well, if you've only got 3 months of grass growing, you need to protect it as much as you can. And obviously, these ones here are the ones, this style of mat that you like to see. Obviously, campers use. And the King's one actually is good as well. I think it's like $30. It's the one I have, similar to this style. The one on the left is like the King's one as well. So if you want a cheap one, the King's was $30 or something. I've had it in mine for nearly 3 years. And I'll pull it up after 3 or 4 days away, and the grass is still, obviously it's flattened down, but it's certainly not dead. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that for all you folks out there. A lot of you will have the awnings over your caravans and the mat underneath and that sort of stuff, and that's where the damage really happens.
So Phil, Phil, I'm not quite sure what the Sea Gear mat is. Basically, what we're looking for is not to be meshed like that, and that's what the recycled mats are like. We need to have holes in it that you can see holes through it and the heat comes up. If it's got that, happy days. Just let the heat out.
Pretty sure the Sea Gear one, that's sort of a premium camping mat. I think the military even use them. It's a top-end, high-quality mat. But if you can't afford military grade like me, get onto King's, their floor. They call it the sand floor or whatever it's called. Absolutely fantastic. Ed, I didn't want to leave you behind there. We were going to talk about this later. Will you have any merchandise for sale at the campground, Teresa?
We do. So we've got coffee cups and they're engraved. We have beanies, all different colours with a logo on it. We have stubby coolers, and I can't show you them because we just sold the last one and we're waiting for our next batch to come in, but they're really good. I think, Rob, you've got one of our stubby coolers.
I do. It's actually over there. I've got the Legends for Charity one. Hang on. Stand by.
There we go.
Let me find it.
We also sell fridge magnets and we sell bumper stickers. So they're the ones for this summer. I was starting to look at hats, but now that the Legends have brought out a hat, once I get mine and try it on and happy days, I'll probably do what I've now done with the Legends stubby coolers. We're buying quite a few and we're going to sell them from here and donate money towards the charity from that. So I might do that with the hats rather than me going into the hats, but there's our stubby cooler.
Into the hats. Yeah. There it is. That one there. Let me get that up. Yeah. And a bit not great on the light, but you can see it. Goomburra Valley. It's a bloody good one. The top stitching as well, same as the Legend style. So she's a good quality stubby cooler. So what's that? Sorry.
You dropped out a bit then, but you come back.
Sorry. Yeah, get one, folks. You'll be able to get them when you get there. Can you buy them online? You don't have an online store as such, do you?
No, it's by
right.
here.
That's all right.
We're not that
you'll get them in
fancy.
person. Things get lost in the mail. I know that much. Phil, I will get to the new comments coming in, but I don't want to miss many people either. So Phil's gone, is it dry there? Looks like you're getting a lot of rain. Let me bring up some shots here that Teresa's popped up on the website. If I have uploaded
Our creek is full and
see.
overflowing at the moment. We just had rain in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was out there a few weeks ago doing some filming for Grove Juice and all the rest of it, and seeing some of the businesses out there. This was not nearly dry, but it was low. It was very, very low. The lowest I'd seen it, and it has come back after the last few days now of rain. How good has the rain been? 95 mils or something out of Ipswich. How good is that? And Dalrymple Creek is the creek. So if you want to look it up on Google Maps or anything like that, and I know some of you out there are big into that sort of thing, the landscapes and stuff. Dalrymple Creek is the name of the creek that the campsite runs through the campsite. And yeah, it's coming back and looks stunning. And the first time I went out there, it was sort of this level, I think it was, and it's just gorgeous. The sunsets are just incredible. And I'm so thrilled that it's up and flowing again. Not just for the wildlife and the actual nature side of it, but just how stunning it looks when you camp there as well. So that's very, very cool. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to get a little bit off track there. Phil, you should have a good idea about fire requirements are for Queensland. It's well off the ground. What's this one? Then you're good on the New South Wales. I think everyone's talking about the fire regulations there. Sorry, I'm a bit behind on the old chat. What do you mean recycled mat? I think we went through that there, Phil. There is those couple of brands out there that are recycled mats, but they're a solid base. They don't have any aeration in them. What's this, Nikki? Oh yeah, so Nikki and her husband are fireys.
Good job.
Queensland, yeah, here from Queensland Fire Service site. I think it's Nikki and her husband. I know that there's a couple in our community here that are fireys. Not to escape a fire, burning material, if enclosed in a fireplace, so constructed as to prevent the escape of fire, any burning material there from it. Yeah, I'll take your word. Lukey Alexander's in. Luke is pumped to be coming out with us, and he's an absolute legend as well. I've spent the day doing 60 metres of fencing with next door. It's time for a chat, dinner, and a beer. It certainly is. Speaking of beer, I'll have another. Has the local pub got a courtesy bus? You're meant to be out drinking with us, Newy Joe. You're not meant to be down at the pub.
And not only that, I think we're organising with the local pub to be coming out to us as well as part of this. I think we're in discussions about, because we've got a fully functioning bar out here. One of our buildings has a full functioning bar with all the cold fridges and all that sort of stuff. So I know that we're tossing around the idea to get Robin from the local pub at Ellora to be coming out here and running from here as well. Not firmed up yet, but I know that it's a discussion.
Yeah, we got to work out how to staff it, how to actually make it work, all that sort of stuff. So, but the chats are happening. Ed and Newy, I know you'll be keen on that one. Ed wants a stubby cooler, one sticker, and a blue cap. Put it aside.
We'll have heaps.
Put it in a special bag for you, Ed. They're like I said, they're great stubby coolers. They're very similar to ours in their design, so they're rugged and tough, and that's exactly what you want. You never want the bottom end of your stubby cooler blowing out. It's like having a plugger blow out. It's always at the worst time. Here we go. What's new on? When will you do some special one-off merchandise with both your logos? Oh, will you do some special one-off merchandise with both your logos and stickers? What do you mean there, Dean? What are you referring to there? I might be missing the boat on that one. Teresa's already replied to Ed. Sorry, how far behind am I? You have no issues if I sell. Oh, maybe he's talking to Phil. I don't know. If you have no issues, sell my own merch. Anyway, we'll do some more questions here. There's Luke Alexander's on. Luke Alexander has a nice, beautiful young family. which he's actually just mentioned here. Great family shower build out there. It's so handy to be available to shower kids all at once and have a toilet in there too. Yeah, they're so big. You get a whole bloody family in there. Speaking of kids, what is there to do for kids out there? So what apart from the stuff we're going to provide as well, because we'll have little activities and all that sort of thing, at the campground itself, what can the kids get up to?
So we've got quite a few free things. Like we've got 3 kids and 9 grandkids under 6. So we know that kids, you need to do stuff. So we had track builders build a push bike track for us. It's a BMX mountain bike. It goes up the hill and then it's and jumps all the way down, and that's free for everyone to use. We've done scavenger hunts that kids can do for free. We've got the rock snake painting of rocks. I think Rob will be showing a picture soon. We saw this on Facebook and thought, yep, we can do better. So basically what we've done is we've painted a head of a rock, a head of a snake, and now you guys go out and find the rocks, and we've got plenty of them. We provide the free paints and brushes, and let's just all get together and make that rock snake grow. He has now reached the end of where marital discussions have allowed me to finish him, and now we're doubling back. So we're hoping that this snake is going to be, it's all the way down our driveway. We're hoping that we can get this snake somewhere, 2, 3, 4 layers deep and just be spectacular. It doesn't matter whether you're really good at drawing or painting or not. Some are amazing. Some are amazing. And we've actually got a couple of the clubs now starting to do their names as well. So it's just whatever you can think of doing is just amazing. I try to get out every couple of days and spray the rocks with a coat to try and hold the paint on. Some of the younger kids think it's really good to get the biggest rock they can find, which unfortunately the paint doesn't last as long on them. I try to tell them, but they think I'm just being cheap and nasty. So they do it. But it's just amazing. It's so much fun. And whether you're good, bad, or ugly, it's something that everybody can do.
Absolutely. And heck of a lot of fun. It's that whole clip, that wasn't on loop. That's how long it is at the moment. It goes all the way down the driveway. It's absolutely phenomenal.
So other things, like we've got the creek activities. Look, we say the creek's sort of in 3 sections. The middle section is really shallow naturally, and we've left it that way because for little kids, you only want little pools. So you can bring kids kayaks, you can bring stand-up boards, each end of the creek. You can do that in. I wouldn't recommend adult kayaks. I think you'd probably get sick of doing circle work. Each end has got a 9-foot swimming hole at the moment. So depending on the weather is how deep or not it is. We've got free books. We've got free magazines. And then in front of all our creek sites is a strip of land we call our common area. No one's allowed to camp there or drive there. So everybody can come down to the creek and enjoy it. You can set up cricket matches. You can set up volleyball matches, that sort of stuff as well. Then we also have a games room, free books, free magazines, and you can rent DVDs. Not rent, it's just a bond thing. Once you bring them back, you get your money back. Same with the pool cues and pong bats. That's a bond hire, $10 for 2 ping pong bats. Once you finish, bring them back. They're in good nick. You get your money back. So we don't charge any of it. It's just to cover if things are broken. But we can offer.
And things happen. Kids are kids, and sometimes they'll break a thing or two, and it's just a little bit of bond and a bit of security there as well. So totally understandable, and I think it's a must do. So boogie boards and kayaks, like Teresa was saying, bring them along, but it's not a huge amount of creek. You'll paddle for a little bit, and then you'll turn around and come back. Bring them if you got them, but you're not going to be going up rapids and all that sort of stuff.
No.
Drinking water on site, is it potable water or is it bore water on site?
So we've got 2 sources of water. We have our own bore and we also have rain tanks. Now the bore is put through a UV filter to sterilise it and then put through a charcoal filter. The rain tanks we put through 2 filters, and on a yearly basis we collect samples and have to get them tested to prove that they reach the standard of drinking. We find country people, we like the rainwater. It's what we used to. City people tend to like the bore water more because it sort of reminds them of the Brisbane Toowoomba water. But
Of the Brisbane, yeah.
It's all drinkable. So yeah, I think there's 2 taps that say do not drink from this. So obviously, if it says do not drink, do not drink.
Do not drink. Yeah, pretty simple. But yeah, if there's no sign, you can guarantee you can drink it. I think Ed got a copy of our questions list. he's jumping the gun again. The Wi-Fi.
So I'll answer the Wi-Fi. We have no mobile service. No matter how good your booster is that's on top of your van, you will not get mobile service. We do give you Wi-Fi. Right. So we run Starlink at our office and home. And by the way, our home is on site, so we're here all the time. We give you Wi-Fi around our office. I want to say it's maybe 20 metres around the office. It's a small area. We brought it in for communication, so it is good enough for email, messenger, or WhatsApp. It is not good enough for TikTok, Netflix, YouTube, streaming, downloading videos, that sort of stuff. And once you move away from our office, there is no Wi-Fi. Now, we are getting more and more guests who are bringing in their own Starlinks. You just need the 100 degrees for that, and we've got plenty of sites that's available to get. Other sites may be too many trees, but yeah, that's what we can give you guys.
I think there'll be enough of us there with Starlink. I think there won't be an issue, and
no.
Yeah, we'll all be sharing Starlinks, and I'll have mine there as well. And if anyone needs to log on and do whatever they need to do, check in with family or emails or work or whatever to keep the boss happy, let us know and we'll sort you out. Nicky Slade, we want him to bite his tail. That's the snake. I reckon. Well, I reckon 12 months and he'll come back around on himself.
I reckon we'll be down and around twice before this event comes around. So
before the event,
I'm really looking forward to it.
It's so good. Out and About with Dave. Has been following for a little while now. He says, "What's the event, and is it really too late?" The event, mate. Legendsforcharity.net. You would have heard us talk all about it and seen stuff online. Is it really too late, Teresa?
Well, officially, we still have two sites left that we can put people on. Now, the way that we're running it is similar to how we run all our long weekends. Everyone, within 24 hours, 90% were booked up. In February, March, I'm going to email everybody that's put a booking in and ask you to confirm that, yes, you still want to come in August. Then in May, so that's sort of bringing it step by step. In May is when we're going to ask you for your 50% deposit, and then we're going to run it that the month before, so the 8th of July is when we'll want the full payment, please. That way we don't have people booking sites, turning people away, and then having sites not filled. And we learned in our very first year of running a campground not to do that. So all our long weekends or events like this, full payment will be by the month before. We don't do, one thing about us, we're small. We do not have the capacity to do refunds. So our policy is if you cancel before 2 weeks before your booking, we're happy to give you a 3-month credit. If you cancel within 2 weeks of the booking, I'm sorry, you've lost your money, because we need that time to rebook that site and try and get people back in. If we don't do that, we lose too much money and we just won't be here when people do that to us. So 2 sites are still available at the moment. I am sure we're going to squish people. If people turn up, I'm sure we will find space somewhere. But officially, that's what we've got at the moment. We'll know more in February, March. Once I've got answers back from people, I'll put a post up about it. Deposit in May, full payment in July, please.
Yeah. And Teresa does mention we can squish people in, but obviously we want to know if you're coming. We are going to put a slight cover charge on the event for some catering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? So we still need to know. So you can't just rock up on the day. We actually need you. We actually need to know if you're coming. If you're unsure, if you've made a booking and you're not even going to know till the week out, your work circumstance, just let us know, and that way we know you could be a possible maybe not, and then we can look at putting someone on standby and all that sort of stuff. So just keep the communication open with us, folks, and it'll all work out. just right. What's Dean going on here? I will catch up to the comments. I think I'm not too far away. Last year's event, the camp place did a special sticker called Bucko's Bash. Will you do a similar next year? We haven't chatted about that. Yeah, we might look at putting something special together. Yeah, we haven't actually even talked about that. Leave it with us. Leave it with us, Dean. We'll have a chat about that. Buck's going to bring his Taipan. I don't want anything to do with that. And Rafa is Buck's gorgeous little puppy dog. Likes playing chasey with the kids. Now, speaking of dogs, cats, and everything in between, let's talk rules and things for pets and how that all works at the campground. Thanks, Buck, for bringing up Rafa, and I hope he's doing well.
So that's a nice little segue for us for pets.
Yeah.
Look, we have a few rules. One, we need you to prove.
Oh. Are you there, Teresa? Uh-oh.
Tight. Okay, I'm back. We're back.
Oh, you're back.
So we need
we
we don't allow dogs or cats into our campground that are not vaccinated. It's a very special status that we have in the campground world, and it's one that we cling to keep that status. Secondly, all dogs and cats need to be on lead or within a compound around your camping area. We do have an off-leash paddock that has an 800-metre mode track inside it for big dogs to have a run. They're only country fences, not city, but we are an on-leash park. And thirdly, we ask for a $30 cash bond. Now, that cash goes into an envelope. I will show you what it looks like when you arrive. So this is what it looks like. Whoop. What it does is you put your $30 cash in there. If you keep your dogs on lead, you pick up their poos and they're not barking and annoying people, you get that cash back out. In 5 years, we've kept one because people don't want to be standing in dog poo. People don't want to hear dogs barking during the night and annoying them. People don't want to be walking down towards a kitchen or somewhere and a dog running after them. Now, the dog might be friendly. That person doesn't know that. So they're the rules that we have. I know it's pretty strict, but so far the only person that's been bitten by a dog since we've been here is me. And that was by a little dashie when I went around to chat to people, because we go around chatting all the time. This little rescue dog jumped off their lap, was on the lead, long lead, came up and got me in the kneecap. Now, it's the first time they've ever seen their dog do that. They never knew the dog would do that. So they did nothing wrong. They were still in their campsite. It's still on a lead. It's just that I came within their area. They got their dog bond back because they did nothing wrong, but it really highlighted you just don't know. If you want to take the dogs in the creek with you, you can, and you can take them off lead in the creek as long as you're close enough to hold them. As long as they can't swim away from you, get out of the creek and chase somebody down the road, absolutely, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned that, Buck, because I know majority of people coming are going to have little puppies, and some might even have cats. You never know. And there's a couple of cats at the campsite that Teresa and Brad own as well. They're lovely and friendly. And so I'm glad that you mentioned that, Buck, so we could get that information out. And you get your money back at the end of the period. I mean, I don't recall any issues with dogs. Oh, there was a dog actually at last year's event, Teresa.
Okay.
I think it got out. And it didn't hurt anyone, but it just sort of went for a walk, if you know what I mean. But it didn't get lost. It just went off for a walk. We found it later that night. I think it was on the second night or something like that. It just sort of, got off its lead or something and just walked off. So, but they found him.
See, the difference between Harvey Bay and us, if your dog gets off and it wanders around at night time around our valley, it may not make it home. So we have a lot of vehicles that drive at night time. We have kangaroos, but there's also the possibility of dingoes and wild dogs here. Now, they don't come onto our campground, but we have cattle properties up and down our road. So when you have cattle properties, you have those as well. So you do not want to have a dog. Like, there's a campground next door to us that over the years, they don't have dogs on lead. Dogs have gone missing and they've never found them. And us locals will look for these dogs and they're never found.
They're never found. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point too. Yeah, so keep your pooch on its lead, or bring it inside in the caravan at night. It'll be cold anyway. The dog will appreciate it, and that way, no puppies go missing or cats go missing. What is Newy Joe going on about? New South Wales versus Toads on the pool. On the pool. I don't know what that is, Newy. What's Chris is having a bit of a laugh with Buck there. Can Rafa swim in the creek? Yeah, we covered that, mate. He likes swimming where there are no crocs. Absolutely, mate. He can go for a paddle in there. I'm sure there'll be a couple of other puppies that'll join him as well. New South Wales versus Toads on the pool table. Yeah, it's on. It's on. We've got some Mexicans as well coming up. Let's not forget about them. What's our site like for Starling? Where we are, Phil? We're along the platypus section. You'll be fine.
Yeah, great.
You'll be fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You'll be sweet, mate. Can we pay earlier? There you go. There's one from Nikki.
I prefer not, and there's no benefit to you for paying earlier. It's a hard lesson we all learnt back in 2020 with COVID. Like, we had full prepayments months before. All of a sudden, something happened that none of us had ever heard about before. And then it was just full on people wanting refunds, people wanting, like, it is a nightmare. So, like, we are still talking 10 months away. If your site's there, your site's there. I'm just going to swing my phone around so I can show you what the booking looks like. Can you?
Yep. Just make sure there's no personal details of anyone.
Yeah, no, there's not. So all there is people's, that's your bookings. Nobody else can book. So there's no benefit to you, but there is a disadvantage to us should there be a major earthquake or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a fair point. Good question.
Pop it away in your bank account and earn the interest until later.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Then with that interest, you can donate it to the charities. There you go. Olivers are in. Oliver family. Hi, everyone. G'day, Olivers. Looking forward. The Olivers are staying on Turtle.
Okay.
Turtle 1 and 2, East and West.
Yes.
Lukey Alexander. I've already paid the cover charge or not? No, wait. So just quickly on cover charge, Teresa, you might not know this. We are going to put a cover charge on the camp out overall, just to cover costs of caterer, all the admin stuff we're going to do in the background, all that sort of stuff. So we're still finalising, what that's going to be. And we'll get in touch very, very soon. Probably after Christmas. We'll let everyone have Christmas first. And it's not going to be huge. We know Buck did one. I can't remember for the life of me what his cover charge was. No one had an issue paying for it, and the food was just off tap. So, you'll get more than your money's worth. That is for sure with the cover charge. But stay tuned on all that. We'll get to that, folks. But as for paying for your campsite, like Teresa said, just hold off. Hang on to that money a little bit longer. Buy an extra Christmas present for the kids, and worry about it next year. I remember Buck, Charlotte loves Rafa so much back in 2019. I think everybody loved Rafa. I was surprised. Rafa is Buck's little pooch, and I was surprised at how big he was. He's, I don't know what he is. He's gorgeous, whatever he is. And he looks really small on camera. And then he was wandering around the campsite, and he was huge. He probably had a few extra steaks and sausages over that week, I reckon. So he bloated out a bit. Teresa replying to Luke there, yeah. Teresa, asking for a friend.
Luke. I was replying to Luke thinking that he meant the camping fee, but it wasn't. It's what you were saying.
Yeah. Nah, that's all good.
We do. A friend.
Yes,
so
yes. And have you not watched the video?
We've got 2 lots of rubbish service. We've got blue bins that take the 10-cent cash for cans, and you can now put your wine bottles and spirit bottles in there. Other than that, it's wheelie bins, because out here we don't have recycling for cardboard or anything else. It's either cash for cans or it's a wheelie bins. We don't have the options out here.
Yeah. But they're everywhere. The bins are everywhere. You won't have to walk more than 10 metres.
We put more out in busy times as well, so that's no problem.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You'll see in the blue ones, chuck your cans and your bottles in there. It's great setup. Absolutely fantastic setup. And they're emptied every couple of days or when they start filling up, which is amazing as well. Chris here. Oh, you there, Teresa? Oh no, Teresa's gone again. Oh, you're back?
Nope, we're back again.
We're back again. Chris here. I might have missed it, but will there be a coffee van? Yes, there will. Katie's Cocktail Cafe in Allara is going to be coming along, and we've got to work out exactly where we're going to put everybody yet in the layout. But yes, there'll be a coffee van, and it turns into a cocktail van at night. So look out, ladies, and blokes. That'll be a lot of fun as well. And Katie, who obviously owns Katie's Cafe, is a lovely woman, and is going to bring that along for us as well. So Luke's on the coffee as well. Goodness me. It was like $20 per person, not a lot. Yeah, yeah, exactly right, Nikki. It wasn't a huge cover charge, and we're aiming for ours to be around the same mark somewhere. Don't forget Winnie. Yeah, that's right. Winnie is Steve and Annie's puppy dog from Soar Adventures. Winnie will be running around as well, and I'm sure looking forward to catching up with Rafa as well. Have to watch the start later. Oh, welcome in, Phil. Now, Philip had a question. If you're still on, mate, we'll get it. Where is Lawson campsite? We can actually show you. Just give me a second there, Teresa. I'll pull up the picture. Okay. And here we go. So this is the high country. Yeah, sorry, I'll let you describe it, Teresa. Yeah.
So obviously for our management plan, disaster management plan, we have to have an evacuation. So this is the map that we've done for the high country and across the creek. So where the white section is, that's the main campground. It's not to scale, everybody. It's just my drawing. So that's the main campground. That's the white section. So if you go back to the other map, on the left, you go up the hill. Now, they're the 8 sites we have up there. They're actually all next to each other on the cliff edge. So where I've got them sort of jig-jag, that's only because I couldn't fit the words in. So it goes, so we have Harrison is on the left side, and then all the rest of them are along the cliff edge. And you're actually looking down over the cliff, and you can see the whole creek. It's so pretty. Across the ditch. Stunning. Yeah. The ones across, we called the one over the creek across the Dutch. So it's across the Dutch. And those sites we did from Footrot Flats in honour of our Kiwi neighbours. So they've got the 5 sites. So if you can imagine, the 5 sites across the ditch are almost exactly the same distance wide as what up the top is as well. So the sites are huge.
Yeah, and trust us, we're not kidding when we say huge.
And the reason for this is, as a campground, you're only allowed to have so many sites for your permit and your license. So we actually had 27 site names and got in trouble. We had to cut it down to 24 site names, even though we were allowed to camp everybody in the same space. So we used to have Goanna and then Echidna. Now we have Goanna, which is made up of east and west.
Which is in here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's understandable. I mean, rules are rules.
It's all to do with politics and your certification and what you pay your fees for.
That's exactly right. Naz has come in. Any food vans, local shops and fuel? Food vans for the camp out, mate. Not food vans as such. Well, at least not yet. If you know someone, Naz, who wants to bring their food van along, let us know. But no food vans as yet. But catering and cooking, and there'll be stacks of stuff going on. Local shops and fuel in Allara. 20 minutes, I reckon. 10 minutes down the road, something like that. Wow. Depends. Wow. Depends what kind of style of driving you do.
For you guys, it's about 30 minutes to Allara. And the servo there, big servo, usually cheaper than Toowoomba. Really good servo.
That one, yeah. Allara down the road, folks, fantastic town, where a lot of the support and sponsors are coming from in that town as well. It's kicking on a bit. We've gone way longer than I thought we would. Hour and a half. I'll just jump into the comments here. Rob's on from Australian Camping 4 Drives. Welcome in, mate. Good to see you. That's very cool. I'm a bit of a photographer. Phil, there'll be plenty to photograph out there. Bird life, wildlife, us roughheads, mate. There'll be lots to take photos of. Don't worry about that. That's great. That's cool.
Rob, I think you've passed over one question there regarding grey water.
Oh, hang on.
Now, we've had 9 years of drought. We're short 9 metres of water in our water basin. So for us, we are very happy if you're just got your grey water coming out of your caravan, so it's either your shower or your dishes. We're very happy for you to put your hose out and move it each day so that it sinks in and has no chance of pooling. Nowhere are you in the campground that you have any risk of it going into the creek. It just can't happen. If you bring your own separate shower tent, please make sure you've got a mat under a tray underneath that you hook a hose to so that it comes out the hose and you can move the hose. Those shower tents that have no bottom to them, they pool up water, and that's not a good situation simply because it gets smelly and yucky. So if you've got an outdoor shower tent, please have one of those mats that you hook a hose to draw the water away and move it around.
Yeah, there's someone in the chat here who sells those mats, and I'm not going to say
they're fantastic.
who it is. But if you all could work it out, he's just joined the chat. He sells those mats with the little hose. So
they're amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And they sell full shower tents as well. I won't give it away. You all know who it is. I'm not going to say who it is. Just quickly, it is dragging on. It is 7:45 here, which means it's 8:45 down south. Sorry, folks, I didn't mean to go this long. We've gone through all that. How many sites left? Matting, we've done that. Pet friendly, payments, Wi-Fi. Check-in, check-out times. Generally, what's your sort of rule here, Teresa?
We're really, really strict on this, which some people get upset about. Your sites are held for you, and we do clean our toilets very well. We do empty our bins, we empty the fire pits, we mow the grass, we whippersnipper, all that. So for us, we extended checkout from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning, because we know that if you're tenting in that, sometimes it's too damp. So checkout for us, we've extended till 11. We ask that check-in is from 1. Please do not arrive before 1, because we need that 2-hour time between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. We need that to clean. There's only 3 of us here. Sometimes there's only 2 of us here. For the event, we will have definitely 3, probably 4 or 5, but we still need to get in and clean the toilets, the showers, the bins, the fire pits, all that sort of stuff. So please do not come before 1 o'clock. We will turn you away. And unfortunately, it means a 20k drive back down the road to park up. Yeah, that's right. And then if you're coming before then check-in is 7 o'clock at night. Usually goes up to 7 o'clock at night, because we check you in, you fill in registration forms, we take you to your site. For this, we will go up to 8 o'clock each night. So the Thursday night and the Friday night, we will do check-in up until 8 o'clock to give you guys an extra hour. But please do not come before 1, because we just can't get the work done to give you the campground we want to give you.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you think, that's a bit rough, 1 o'clock, go back and watch the video. I've done one. Rob from Aussie Camping for All Drives has done one. Have a go at the scope of this campground. The fact they can get it all done in that amount of time, as well as still entertain and keep up with the guests that are staying for the day who haven't checked out, is phenomenal. But yeah, guys, just honour that out of a bit of respect. If you turn up early and you're not in the caravan, you can go up to Main Range National Park, go up there, check it out. Lookouts. There's so much to do.
Even better that you don't know about yet, Rob, is the alpaca farm and ostrich farm cafe. You do. Longneck Farm is opposite our driveway. If you don't have a caravan or a camper, you can always go in there and feed the animals, have a cuppa, have something to eat, and they've got a gift shop as well. They just don't have the facilities to park up caravans or campers, and you're not allowed to park on the side of our road because it's a single lane, and the council will get you because it's just too unsafe having caravans all lined up on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's right. Where the entrance is to Goomburra is just over a rise, so and it's a single lane road. So yeah, you can't park up essentially on the side of the road. But if you don't, Longneck Farms, they're on board with this. They're supporting us, sponsoring us. They're heavily involved. They will be heavily involved, I should say. So stay tuned for that. Plenty of information from those guys coming soon. They're directly across the road. So if you're looking for something to do, if you turn up at 11 o'clock and you go, buggered up my timing, go over there, grab a cuppa, and feed an ostrich. It is quite the experience. Anyway, we'll save all that for another time. It is getting on, so I'm going to jump to our last question here. We do a couple of little questions we put together, the last one. Now, out of all these campsites, let me put up the map. We got, let's have a look. If we got this one here. So we got these. This is what we're calling the main campground, as you all know. And then we've got the over the Dutch and in the high country. Teresa, out of all those, which one do you love the most? You and Brad, what do you guys love the most out of all those sites?
Out of all 3 campsites, it's the site Jess that we love the most. So it's across the ditch and furthest west that you can go. During COVID, when we were shut for 13 weeks, over that Easter weekend, we actually packed up our caravan and grabbed the 2 cats, and we went and camped there for 4 days in isolation when nobody else could come out to us. But we went and camped there. So for us, that's our favourite site. You're in front of a nice little rock pool in the creek as well. But they're all pretty.
Yeah.
Every site. We have guests who prefer every single site for a different reason.
Yep, absolutely. And even if you're not on the water, the rest are still great. They are. It's so good. I can see why. Earlier in the clip, folks, you may not have been online. We were talking about how they came about to owning Goomburra. They went and looked at 8 or so other campgrounds, and this was the one that they just fell in love with. And I know that you guys will too. It's the place is stunning. There was a comment in here I wanted to throw up. Here we go. Lukey Alexander. Frog West is mine, so it's the best.
Well, I can say, Luke, you're actually pretty right there, because in the main campground, because Across the Ditch and High Country never existed until we developed them. In the main campground, for whatever reason, Frog has always been my favourite in the main campground, Frog West and Frog East. I don't know why. It's just the one I've always loved.
I like the trees that are around Frog as well. I really like.
I don't know why. I've just always loved Frog. So.
Raffles likes. Here we go. What's Buck got going on here? He likes chasing scrub turkeys. He said, "Back at an ostrich."
That's really important. Actually, you can't take dogs there.
That's right.
No dogs can go over there, and I think they've had a bad experience of somebody with a dog that got off. So, no dogs allowed on the property at the ostrich farm, sorry.
That is true. Yeah, you get right up in their face, or they get in yours, however you want to put it. So your puppy or your pooch or whatever, you wouldn't want it near it anyway. These things are dinosaurs. They are absolute dinosaurs. It would pick up Rafa like a plush toy and just throw him around. So, on the ostriches, get yourself a bucket of feed, and we'll do more on this later as we get closer to the event. They're heavily involved with this. And feed an ostrich out of your hand and see how much of your hand is left. But no, it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun having them on. I think that was sort of it. Is there anything else there, Teresa, that you think I might have missed? Things to do in the area, just quickly. We'll just quickly touch on this before we let people go. So obviously, go on.
I was just going to direct them while you've got the photos up. On our website, Brad and I did a road trip 3 years ago. And we did north towards the local Darling Downs Zoo, which is amazing, Ellora, then we went Warwick, Stanthorpe, Wollongara. So we did a big loop around the Southern Downs. We've taken photos. We've got links to everything. So on our website, we have a tab or a page called Tourist Info, I think. It's the last one that we put in there. Go in there and have a look, because there's some amazing wineries. Cannot recommend the Darling Downs Zoo enough. It's the only privately owned zoo in Queensland, maybe Australia, and they've actually spearheaded some of the most important animal immigration and lots breeding programs that that are actually they outbidded some of the big Dubbo Sydney zoos. They won it. So really hard-working little zoo. No help from the government. They do it all on their own. So during COVID and the bushfires, it was the local farmers and the local people here that, we all got together and grabbed blankets and things like that for the animals because they had no income coming in. Yeah. Yeah,
wow. I didn't know that. That's incredible. Yeah. And it's, family owned zoo, that one.
Actually, it's up for sale.
Yeah, there you go, Buck. You can buy yourself a zoo.
Yeah, it really is amazing. I think they've been here 25, 35 years or something, but it's up for sale. So buy a zoo. Yeah,
and it's up for sale. It's family owned, and they're still helping us out with the camp out there. They're on board with this. They've donated 2 vouchers for the raffle for meerkat experiences. I was telling Teresa this earlier. So I'm not 100% sure. I think you go in the cage with the meerkats or something, and they jump all over you, and they take all your photo and all that sort of stuff. It sounds incredible. So thank you, Darling Downs Zoo. Again, we'll have more on all the support we're getting later.
Newey Jones. So Newey Joe, sorry I missed your question. If all sites are booked, is there still a chance to put 2 on one site? Well, again, it depends on whether the site you're talking about is a single site, an expandable site. I need to know what site you're talking about, and I'll be able to answer you. Like if you had a single site, you couldn't put 3 caravans on it. So if you can tell me what site you're talking about, I'll be able to answer. Shoot me an email later if you like, and I'll be able to help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. I love, we do that, mate, and we can help you out as best we can. I love what Nikki has done here, and I think this is a great idea. We might try and organise something like this. I don't have a pet, so I'm happy to look after a couple of pets too. So, leave Rafa at camp, or anyone else who has a pooch, and you might want to all go over together, something like that. Let us know. We'll organise something, and try and look after a couple of puppies at the same time, and cats, obviously, if you bring in a cat. The last thing I'd do is take Roxy anywhere near an ostrich. Yeah, that's a smart call, Graham. G'day, Graham. Good to see you in here, mate. And I hope you're doing well. Here we go. Ed, don't forget to give the live stream. That's right. Give it a thumbs up, folks. Give it on the YouTube. Give it a big thumbs up. Like and subscribe. All that sort of carry on. You're all absolute legends. I don't want to go on too long. How long? We're nearly at 2 hours. Goodness me, Teresa.
I know. You said,
Stop talking,
Teresa,
would you?
an hour. Stop talking. We've got to get it done in an hour.
I am sorry. Teresa and Brad flat out running the campground, of course, and now I've kept Teresa up till 8 o'clock Queensland time
It's
and
all good.
9 o'clock down there. But
It's all good.
as you can tell, we're both excited for this event coming up, and they've actually got an event there right now. It's some sort of muster of some sort that you got going
so
on?
we've got a caravan club at the moment of 80, and we're doing a 2-course roast dinner for them. We cater for them lunch, dinner, and breakfast. So we offer different facilities for different things.
Yeah,
we can't cook. We can't cook this for you guys.
Yeah. So we did discuss Brad and Teresa looking after our catering, but we kind of came to the conclusion, and that we really want them to be part of the event, not working the event. Now, obviously, they're going to maintain the campground and do their day-to-day sort of stuff, but we want them involved, folks. We don't want them slaving away over camp ovens and stuff. That's our job, to make idiots of ourselves. So over campfires. So I didn't want them to be working while we're there. I want everyone to be involved, having a great time. Obviously, they'll still be running the event and employing rules when we need to and all that sort of stuff for dogs and fires and whatever. But yeah, we wanted everyone to have a great experience on this one. So, and everybody involved. That's what it's all about. I just want to quickly jump on RACQ Life Flight again, just before we let you go, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay. You do the raffles weekly, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, every Saturday we buy a meat tray. Long weekends we'll buy 2 or 3. So for Easter, so we normally make between 150 and 250 every week is what we normally take. At Easter, we had two meat trays and 2 of the teddy bears to raffle off. We made over $700 just on that weekend. So we do that every week, nearly every week. Like this weekend with this caravan club, we won't be, because we're busy cooking them lunch and dinner, and we can't run raffles at the same time as catering. But so we started that 2.5 years ago when we saw we were witnessing how many times the helicopter was being used out in this valley. And we just went, yep, that's the one that we could go to. We actually had to use them once. We had an older gentleman have an epileptic fit in one of our toilets. He was not diagnosed as epileptic, and he caught himself between the toilet and the wall. So we got him out, we got him breathing, we got the ambulance and the helicopter. So we've used them once and just went, this could be something that anybody could need. And then we did witness over the last 12 months where there's been accidents, not here, where the helicopter couldn't land because ground was too wet. And so poor patient had to be ambulanced to Warwick, which is a 45k drive. So we've approached them and they've come out to us. We have part of our block of land that we don't use. We won't be using it as a campground when we've got it. So they've come out and they've spec'd where we wanted to put it. They're happy for where we are going to put it. They've told us to put blue metal down. We're going to actually put concrete down. It is our expense. It's not coming out of any of the funds raised because it's going on our land. Brad and I are happy to do that. And we will have a concrete slab with the big H and whatever on it, so that this valley, if and when there's more accidents, if the helicopter can't land next to the patient, our campground is full bitumen to our campground. Then we've got gravel roads that are done and then we have an all-weather helipad to put the helicopter on. We hope it never gets used, but at the end of the day, it'll be there if needed.
Yeah, and the only one in the valley, and that is outstanding. And Teresa did tell me one of those stories. First time I camped there, and I just fell in love with the place and what they're all about. And I just know that's the reason, one of the reasons we went with these guys, and I know you guys will all get behind them. We've been rallying for Southern Downs Arc and RSCQ Life Flight now for a couple of months. It's only going to get stronger and stronger. Things like that. Now, just to clarify, there's a bit of confusion, I think, with some of you about how the money raised and where it's going. The 50-50 split we're going to do, it's not for the helipad, folks. So the 50-50 split goes straight to Life Flights.
It'll be built February, March next year, and it'll be done.
Yeah, they've got the sign off. They're going to crack into it probably after Christmas, and it'll be done by the time we get there. So I was actually thinking, just before we went live, I was thinking we could probably do a group photo on the helipad. Get a drone up in the air and take a group photo from the sky, something like, as long as the helicopter's not nearby. Well, look out. What have we got going on here?
So we've got the helicopter.
Hey, there it is.
So that can be in the group photo as well.
How good is that? Hang on, leave that there for a sec. I'll just make that. I'll make you. There you go, so everyone can see it. There it is.
So we'll put that up on the helipad, and everyone can stand around it.
Absolutely. Stay tuned as well. We're going to be doing a little catch up with RSCQ Life Flight, similar to the Southern Downs Arc video, just to let you guys know who they are, what they're about, how they operate, all that sort of stuff. We're focusing on the Toowoomba base, which is the local one. So drones allowed. Phil, good question.
Yeah, it's going to be two different rules. On public time, no. Because when it's public, we have women who are hiding from DV situations. They do not want their photos put up on YouTube or whatever. But this is an event that you boys are running. So this is not going to be us. I think it's going to be more, Rob, you guys will have to make that decision if you want drones. I'm a teacher, so where I would come from if it was me, I'd have a consent form. I don't know if you guys need to do that sort of thing, but for me, it's not our event, it's your event.
No, well, yeah, it's a good call, Teresa, and I think that's what we'll do. It's easy to sign a form. It's easy to not sign a form. It's all totally fine. We don't get offended, that kind of thing. It's a good call, Teresa, and something a lot of us as YouTubers don't think about. Like we'll send the drone up at places and we'll take shots of the beach and we'll do campground reviews like we all do. We don't know who's camping there. There might be someone who is perhaps hiding from an abusive relationship or something, and all of a sudden they just happen to randomly watch one of our videos and they spot the car or they spot the whatever and work out where that person is. So there's a couple of law enforcement people, current and ex and all that sort of thing in our community, Teresa, and I'm sure they can probably agree with that. And it's something we don't think about. So great idea, great call, and I think we will do a little, nothing too crazy. Just say, are you happy to be in a drone shot and videos when we run around? There's like 5, 6, 7 of us who are, YouTubers coming to the event. So I'm sure everyone's going to be fine with it. But if someone isn't, we don't care. We won't be offended. Nothing like that. I'll just wear a bag over my head. That's my tip, Graham.
Good on you, Graham.
But yeah, great call. Personally, I'd like to not see drones. I agree, Phil, but I think for the shot, the big group photo, if everyone wants to be in it, it'd be great if we stand on the H and stuff like that. It would be, 2 minutes out of the whole weekend, something like that would be fantastic. The Oliver family, can we buy the helicopter?
Well, I'm not quite sure because we bought this 5 years ago, 4 years, whenever, so that we could highlight to guests what it was for as a visual thing. And then we got a lot of their teddies that we could raffle off as well. But I heard a bit of a rumor that they're not making them anymore. But I've not needed to buy for a few years now because we bought so many. I don't know what they're doing now. But that could be something that we ask them if they want to bring down to sell.
That's right. When I first approached Life Flight to let them know of us and all that sort of thing and what we're about after camping at your campsite, they said they've only got very few left. They don't make them anymore, is what I was told. And so if we do get one, we might make it a major prize in the raffle or something like that. We'll work out something because they're a collector's item now. And Luke, I do remember this last year when you nearly lost yours, Rob. It was raining, Teresa, at the a group photo shot that we went to on a pier out at Harvey Bay there.
Yep.
And it went way up into the sky, into the cloud, and it was it was a few hairy moments there. I didn't think, one, it was going to come back, and two, it got drenched, and I didn't think it was going to turn on again. Luckily it did.
Dear.
But yes, we will do a consent form. That's a great call, Teresa.
And everyone bring a jumper, no matter what time of year it is. Nights can be really cold. We've had New Year's Eve go down to 12 degrees here, so always, 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 always bring a jumper.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know, Buck. I hope you're having a joke there, mate. But yeah, there is. You got to watch out. You got to be careful. Even when I film things in public areas, I try not to get anyone in the background, especially kids as well. Maybe they could bring some teddies, etc. So yeah, exactly, Oliver family. I'm not sure which one's on. Maybe you're all watching. So they'll have some merch and stuff that they're going to throw into the raffle and all that kind of thing. Maybe to sell too. We'll see. Love the drone shot around the helicopter pad. I agree, Graham. I think it would look fantastic. All of us standing on there. The drones have been fantastic on yeah, exactly. Yeah, the one you did last year, we got some great shots out of that. I'm sure you remember, Buck, and I think it'll be a heck of a lot of fun. I wouldn't want to crash my drone because it saw you in the news. Oh dear. What is going on in this chat room tonight? You guys are out of control.
I'm a bit concerned.
She's gonna block us, folks. We're all gonna be kicked out. I want to use my shower and not be a drone looking down on me. Just wave, Phil. Just wave your hand, nothing else. Folks, we might wrap it up there. You're all getting a bit loose. No nudie runs, says the Oliver family. We'll have to keep Bob Asser in line, I think. Anyway, but no, folks. I hope that
thank you, everyone.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Thanks for the questions too. Ed's got to get out of here. The wife is calling. Say good day to the wife for us, mate. The better half, and hope you're well down there. Can't wait to see you up here, Ed. And thank you again for all your donations and stuff. It's fantastic, mate. So thank you, Teresa, and thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. We can put a face to the name. I keep rambling on about these guys in the campground, and now you can at least put a face to the name. Reach out to them if you've got any major questions or concerns, or you're not sure about your booking or anything like that. Hit them up on the website, and it's also inquiries@goomburravalleycampground.com.au. Get in touch with them. Is there any last minute little major questions here or anything? Thanks, Luke. Hope you're well, mate. I hope your travels are going well. And thank you, Teresa. Much appreciated. Yeah, 100%. I think we can echo that.
Again, thank you, Rob. Thank you, you guys. It's something out of the blue for us, so we were blown away and we're amazed. We feel part of your group and as excited as what you are, and just want everyone to have the best experience that we can.
Absolutely. And Alan here. Welcome, Alan. Genoan Hills is up the road. It's not too far away now. Yes. We have one of our supporters and sponsors actually going to look at organising a little four-wheel drive trip at Genoan Hills. So stay tuned for that.
Good. So, Genoan Hills, really, 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 really good four-wheel drive site. They go from very easy to very difficult. That's what they do. They've got well-maintained sites. They usually charge you a $30 fee, a day fee for your vehicle. It's called Genoan Hills because it's Jan and Owen who own it. So that's how it's Genoan. Really lovely people. Cool. Just look, they're just nice. They're just nice country people. Could not recommend them any higher.
Oh, fantastic. There you go. There's the best recommendation you'll get all night, I reckon. So I think Innerman Adventures might be organising something. They're on board with this. We'll have more details of all that coming soon.
Definitely ring up and organise. Sorry, Rob. Definitely, if that's what you're looking at, make sure you get in contact with them fairly early so they've got dates, because they do quite big get-together weekends of groups coming down there and that sort of stuff. So be early to coordinate with them.
Yeah, excellent. I might get on to the guy who's coming to the event who's organising that. I think we'll get onto that. That's a good tip. Thank you. Be good. Thanks, Teresa and Rob. Thanks, Phil. We'll try, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, everybody. We've still got 35 on, so we appreciate that. I know it's late. I didn't mean to go this long. Thanks, Teresa, and thank you for giving up your evening. And
All
in
good.
the afternoon, we did a test call this afternoon to make sure everything worked, and luckily it did, which was great. So, any questions, send them through. Send them through to Teresa or myself. Camp out related, campground related, whatever you've got, send it through. Check out the videos, of course. The toilet showers facility looked amazing. See you in August, says it, Naz. Oh,
And
what was
yes,
that? Sorry?
I'll keep an eye out for the mullet sites.
Yeah, that's right. Get off, Rob. Yeah, exactly right. Thanks, Peter. Good to see you here, mate. I don't think I said good day to you. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll get out of here. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you again, Teresa. And
Thank you.
we'll see you all very, very soon. And remember, folks, until next time, stay adventurous. Cheers, guys. Hooroo.
Thanks, guys. Bye.